Okay, it's going. Everyone say hi. I'll just like, yeah, I'll just do this. It's fine. Okay, you guys are good.
Okay. We're gonna start everything off with like a question. So by like a show of hands, how many of you have heard of like fantasy football or fantasy sports or like FanDuel? Okay, so a fair amount. And how many people so far at being at Penn State have attended like a Penn State football or hockey game? It's also a pretty fair amount. And who has gone to like a sporting event besides those two? It's a little bit less, so kind of seems like I guess those are sort of the more popular sports.
All right, so we are sports psychics, and the objective of our club or project here at Penn State is to gain a bigger following for the kind of underappreciated sports here at Penn State. And by doing that, we had the idea to sort of create a league of fans in a kind of competitive system that would get more excitement at different sporting events and make it fun for everyone. All right, so the concept is basically to create a league of people interested in sports who have maybe played fantasy sports in the past or who haven't played fantasy sports in the past, and basically to make predictions here, predictions on the games here at Penn State, and create a system in place to gain involvement with people here. So what we do is we would have an entry fee for members to join, and it would be a point system that would reward points for people who got their predictions right. And so in order to get points, it's extra points like if you show up to the game itself. So what we would do is we would pick one game every week, whether it be women's volleyball or say fencing or soccer and different sporting events, and then we would try to encourage people to come to the games, and if you attended the games, it would be sort of bonus points, and then the way to get more points would be to make correct predictions on the game. And so our goal is to create a fan section once a week at these games and get a bigger involvement in these sports. So how it will work, all the people in the league will have opportunities to make predictions about every single game, whether they decide to go to the game or not. And basically, the reason, the incentive for everyone involved is that with the entry fee from the beginning of the season, people will be able to get prizes throughout the year, and it will create more excitement for everyone involved. And yeah.
Now, like what makes us different from like stuff I mentioned before, like fantasy sports or like FanDuel, is that it's not really based around the like players specifically, as you would like have like specific players on your team in those. It's more based around like everything about it, just like the whole entire team in general, like performance and stuff like that. And it's like you have to, the main objective of this is to like get attendance up at like events. So with the whole system with people like putting in like money, it makes you like want to go to these games now because you have like money on the line, and like you actually get points for attending the events, so it gives you an incentive to actually go to all these like games and everything, and you can like predict stuff during the game, so you can get like more points and more likely of a chance of you winning through that.
So this is basically just our logo. What our club would be the Sports Psychics. All right, Rob.
All right. So, how many of you in grade school played flag football? Okay. Well, we're gonna play a game now. So, do you have any volunteers that want to play?
We got one.
Okay. So the way it'll work is each person will come up and they'll play a game of flag football, and everyone's gonna get a piece of paper where they make predictions, it'll be predictions based off of the volunteers playing flag football.
Alright, yeah, so here's the sheets, we're gonna pass them around, and it's 15 predictions, just like about the game that's gonna happen, really basic, easy stuff. So you're just gonna fill it out, and it'll be questions like who will win the game, or who will win the opening coin toss, and it'll be basically not even skill-based questions, just like 50-50 questions, and you're gonna fill them out, and it'll be a simulation of a game that would be like a real Penn State sporting event. So we're just gonna pass the sheets out. And just fill them out real quick, and then we'll get the game started.
You guys know you all know how like football works. Could you like explain it to help with like filling out the sheet? There you go. Okay, so what?
Alright, yeah. So, two volunteers, Delaney and Fox.
Yeah. So basically how it works is like you have this piece of paper which is supposed to be
We'll do a little time.
yeah. It's supposed to be the what's up?
Do I fill it out myself?
No, right?
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you got the football here, and basically what you want to do is you want to like flick it like on the edge and try to get it a part of it hanging off the table within like 4 downs in football. So you can try it like here, like 1, 2, 3. And after 4, I didn't get it, so I don't score, and then Jake would go. Yeah, if it goes off the table, it's nothing as well.
And then when someone does make it and it hangs out the table, then you like have to kick the extra points. So someone goes like that and you kick it through. So basically the point of this, it's kind of a simulation of what it would be if like we attended like a women's soccer game. You could ask questions like, what time will the first goal be scored, or like what will the score be at the end of the first half? And it's kind of generic questions that gets everyone excited and involved, and it creates like a group of people at the games who are all like vested in the game, and it's all geared towards like rooting for Penn State. So if you have any questions about some of the stuff, just let us know. We'll play 2 3-minute halves. And yeah.
You guys want to collect it all?
Yeah, we also.
We can just like move right there. Yeah, it's like. Alright, so just like 1 more minute and then we'll get started. If you guys want to come up, we can get ready.
Get all the practice around there.
And then we'll just keep score up here, and then that way we can just like create like an answer key, and then we can just tally up the answers at the end.
It's like
You can just
Probably
practice.
Yeah,
practice.
we'll get rid of all saves.
Oh, true.
Yeah, you guys can just practice real quick just to get a feel for it. This is really tough.
Whoa. It's a natural.
There you go. So that would be 6 points.
And that's that. Goes.
Wait, is this a town or is it
No,
practice?
this is just practice, so you can get a feel for it. Yeah, either way.
sorry, I don't,
Big thumb joke. Is that over?
Is this still practice?
Yeah, it was practice.
it's like right on the line, I think we need a rest.
I mean, we can get an official decision here. That doesn't even matter, it's practice real.
Yeah.
I can't tell.
Alright, so here we go. We got the coin toss coming up. So we'll start the real game. This is one of the questions on the sheet, so pay attention. Heads or tails?
Tails.
It is tails.
Alright, first question.
Alright, that's the first question.
Alright.
Wait, was that a touchdown?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
On.
Alright.